from McCrory Gymnasium on the campus of Bear River High School, Touchdown Productions, celebrating 21 seasons of local high school sports excellence, is proud to present Bear River Bruin basketball tonight. As we unwrap our coverage of the 2018 PVL season, your Bear River Bruins take on the defending PVL champions, Placer Hillmen. It's our first peek at the PVL this year, and all the action's coming up right here, right now. This is your NorCal Game of the Week. Welcome to McCrory Gymnasium, the home of Bear River Bruin basketball, in our first game of the 2018 regular season. And I'll tell you, we've got a good one for you tonight, fans, as the Bear River Bruins face the defending PVL champion, Placer Hillmen. Good evening, everyone. This is Paul Brown, the voice of Touchdown Productions. And with me tonight is my good friend in color analysis, Pat Austin. We want to give a big wave out to Marty Mortensen, who's home sick tonight with that flu that's been going around. But Pat and I will carry the torch as the Bear River Bruins hit the floor tonight. Our producer and director is Gilbert M. Dominguez, and we all apologize for that. And we're set for tonight's regular season appearance against the Placer Hillmen here at Bear River.
That's right, Paul. Just as we reported during the football season, the Placer Hillmen will change leagues next year so that this will be the final appliance for Mark Lee and his Hillmen after many years in the McCrory Gymnasium. However, these two teams will see each other one more time at the Earl Crab on January 31st.
The Hillmen enter league play at 12-5 overall, and although they were denied a three-peat at the Kendall, Pat, they did advance into the semifinals, and they looked ready to defend their title here for the PVL.
As for the Bruins, they arrive at 7-6 and got off to a rocky start, losing their first 3 games of the season, waiting for the champion football players to arrive. But since then, Jeff Bickmore has them playing some solid basketball and improving each week.
Yes, and we'll see those improved team hit the floor tonight here. And this is an important game for both teams because the season is so short and no team wants to start 0-1. So let's get set for this crosstown classic rivalry. When we return, we'll look at the PVL standings and we'll hear from the coaches as they get ready to tip off. You are watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin basketball right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
So let's go down to center court. Gilbert Dominguez will be there with Jeff Bickmore. Gilbert.
Thanks a lot, Paul, down here on the court with the two coaches tonight. Of course, Mark Lee from Placer and Jeff Bickmore from Bear River. And Jeff, they're kind of saying you're the new guy on board, but that's not really true.
Well, no, I mean, I've been around for a while. It's it's really actually my second year coaching boys. I actually co-head coached with Coach Gansky a few years back, but yeah, but it's my first year with the boys.
So you got Placer in the house, the first league game. That's always got to be a tough assignment.
Oh, it is. They're well coached. Obviously, they play really hard. I think that's the thing I'm most impressed with. They really get after it. They push the ball down the floor, and they play really good defense. So it's going to be quite a challenge for us.
And Mark, I think that's true. Your team likes to push the ball down the floor. They never give up. Kind of one of the hallmarks of Hillmen basketball.
Well, we have pretty good leadership on the floor, and the seniors get that going. And when your tallest player is 6'2", you got to get up and down the floor. So.
Now, we saw you at the Kendall. Didn't necessarily turn out the way that you wanted it to, but you went into the semifinals and the championship game, and the team had to have some positive experience coming out of that.
Yeah, the kids, they enjoyed it, playing the Kendall Championship. Nice crowd, the band. It was a lot of fun.
So what are you looking for tonight against the Bruins?
We just got to be able to contain their penetration. And they spread you out pretty good in their 5-out defense, so our 5-out offense. So we're going to make sure we get the ball side and take away those cutters.
And, of course, tonight it's the boys. Tomorrow the girls are here as well, right?
Yeah, they're playing Foothill tomorrow night, so yeah, that'll be a good game too. Foothill's got one of the best players in the area, so that'll be a really good game to watch.
So as we were saying before the show, I was talking to you. It's your last night here in McCrory Gymnasium. Of course, you coached against Jack, the namesake of the gymnasium. Any memorable moments that you can think of here inside the gym?
Probably Josh Turney when he had 11 threes here. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
And I know you were coaching the girls, but Placer has always been a staple. A lot of games against Tony Camelucci back then.
Yeah, we have. We've had a lot of good battles against them. Tony's a great coach, and he's a good friend too. He's a great guy, and we had a lot of good games against them, and they had some really good teams over the years. So them being out of the league, it is a little bit weird, especially being right down the road from us.
Right, and of course everybody loves Tony.
Yes. Tony's a comedian, yes.
All right, so there they are, the head coaches for tonight's game. First PVL match of the year. It's very important to get off to a good start. So good luck to both of you guys, and we'll see you later on during the season.
Thanks, Gil.
All right, Jeff Bickmore.
Thanks, Gil.
And Mark Lee there as they get ready for some first game of the PVL season. Of course, like we were saying, can't underestimate the importance of that to get off to a good start. So we've got plenty of basketball coverage coming your way. Let's throw it up right now to the guys and take a look at those standings. Since this is the first league game, the only standings we have are the preseason standings, but that'll give you a good sense of where the teams are. Everybody's in the house tonight. Kane CO is here, and Tom Fitzsimmons and Abel Baldoni. Of course, we have Marty Mortensen home sick. He wished that he could be here, but he'll be back here later with the program a little bit later on in the season. Guys, let's throw it back up to you.
Thanks, Gil. As usual, an excellent interview. That'll be the last time that we see Mark Lee and Jeff Bickmore together on this floor as the Placer Hillmen are moving up a couple of steps in league standings. Next year, the PVL will be dismantled and Placer will move to a different league. But with that said, let's talk about the league standings here. We're going to throw you to our guru, Pat Austin.
Hey, thanks a lot, Paul. We're going to go over the Pioneer Valley League girls basketball first. With the standings right now, Colfax at 15-1 is pretty much in charge of that league. Bear River's 2 games back, though, at 12-3, while Placer is 10-6. Moving on to the Pioneer Valley boys basketball standings, you've got a little bit of a different story. Lincoln's at 14-3. Placer is 2 games behind at 12-5. And you've got Bear River at 4th place at 7-6. So we'll have to see if Bear River can improve itself in the standings or if Placer can inch a little bit closer to Lincoln after tonight's game.
Pat, so you are telling me about some statistics. Talk to me about what we're going to see tonight statistically from both of these teams.
Well, statistically, we're probably going to see Placer do pretty much the same thing they're doing in the Kendall Arnett. You're going to see a lot of the Kai Huntsbury show, a lot of assists to Noah Richardson down on the post, and you'll see Rylan Walsh putting some three-pointers out there, too, to mix it up. So they do pass the ball around quite a bit. Meanwhile, Bear River is one to look at because they started off slow, like we mentioned earlier. So far, they've got 667 points for themselves, but they've given up 704 to the other team, and they have a winning record still. So it shows a lot to see with what this team can do tonight, especially against a much more powerful Placer Hillmen team.
Are you going to give us a score that what's your prediction score-wise tonight, Pat?
Hillmen usually average in the 50s to 60s, so I see probably a 63 to 42 win by the Placer Hillmen tonight.
Well, with that said, Pat Austin is rarely wrong, and I am rarely right. So we will move on and get this game started. They're at center court now deciding who's going to take the tip, and we'll be right back. This is exclusive coverage of Bear River High School basketball right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. This is TouchdownProductions.com.
Nothing tastes better than a sandwich crafted just the way you like it. And at Port of Subs, our master slicer slices your sandwich fresh to order. We offer top quality meats and cheeses. Add your choice of farm fresh veggies and pile them high on our freshly baked bread. We stand by this classic approach. Why? Because it all comes down to one simple truth. Port of Subs just tastes better. Whatever you crave, prepare to fall in love.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Back on the floor here at McCrory Gymnasium, Bear River High School, about ready to light it up between these two cross-town rivals. Paul Brown, Pat Austin here on the floor, waiting for the announcement of the starters. Pat, I think you gave a very good analysis before the game about what we're likely to see tonight. Bear River is going to have to come out with a Herculean effort to stay with this basketball team. On the floor for the Bruins, number 33, we've got Garrett Pratt. Number 23, we've got Bradley Smith. Number 4 will be doing the ball handling, will be Calder Kunde. And number 11, Clay Crippa, as this game gets underway. Quick inside move. We'll bring you up to speed about who is on the floor for Placer here shortly. Big steal and a foul right off the bat. That is going to the basket for Bear River. That is Vasquez, the sophomore. So on the floor for Placer, Guy Huntsberry, number 10, with his back to you now. As we see the first going in and out for Vasquez. Number 23, Noah Richardson underneath for Placer. With the ball, number 12, that's Derek Shreve. Huntsberry now across to Shreve. Shreve looking inside. He gets it knocked away, and there's a kick that'll stay with Placer. 1-0 here. Bear River leads 7-27. We're just getting started here in the first quarter. Inbounds pass. This is Huntsberry. Huntsberry, arguably the best player on the Placer team. That's back inside, loses the handle, and thrown out of bounds by Placer. Very shaky start, would you say?
Yeah, pretty shaky. They've given up a foul to Bear River already, and they're just not getting the ball passed around like they need to right now.
It's not they didn't warm up before the game, which we didn't see much of that. Huntsberry trapping out front now. Quick pass inside will be deflected and then thrown out of bounds by Smith.
One thing to watch out for Bear River in this game is they really like to shine in the first quarter. This is where they usually put up most of their points. So we'll have to see what Placer can do about stopping their offense tonight.
Well, Bear River has decided to go with the zone defense. That's a turnover. That's the third for Placer. Quick inside spin move. It'll stay with Bear River. That was Brecken Vasquez. He is an excellent ball handler and a hustler.
Yeah, Vasquez is one of their big names. He really shows a lot of leadership and points the ball where it needs to be gone to on each play.
Kunde. Very patient offense here again. Bear River working against the man-to-man though. First turnover tonight for Bear River. Here comes Placer. Going to the basket inside and missing. That's Shreve. Vasquez out front. Smith. Pratt to Kunde. Kunde looking inside, finding nothing. Now he's going to force the pass. Gets a quick one. Look what I found. Clay Crippo gets a pair. Quickly back down the court. Noah Richardson gets the first two of his night.
And after a slow start, all of a sudden 2 quick baskets on both sides of the court.
Well, Jeff Bickmore's going to take himself a timeout, and we're going to go to break. This is Touchdown Productions, your NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Welcome to SPD.
Welcome to SPD.
Whether you shop in Nevada City or Grass Valley, only SPD markets have served your family for 59 years.
Here's what's for dinner.
The butchers offer you boneless chuck roast, country-style ribs, sirloin tip roast, and whole-body chickens. Of course, they have the freshest produce in town and real savings down every aisle. So shop local at SPD Markets.
5:50 here. First quarter action, Bear River Placer. Bear River leading by a single point, 3-2, as they inbound the ball. Gilbert M. Dominguez, our producer, over here to help to adjust my mic. I hope you've heard what we've had to say so far. It's been scintillating. Quickly down, and no foul called. Placer trying to take advantage of the fast break, has numbers but can't convert. Noah in and down. Ty Huntsberry, pretty jump shot.
What a great shot. A little bit behind the backboard and still sinks that.
Full court press. Noah Richardson getting that steal, trying to get one underneath and missing. It's unusual to see Noah missing one under the basket, but in the meantime, there's a foul. That'll be the second on Placer.
Placer has to be careful with these small fouls so early in the game. They don't want to get stuck giving 1-and-1s to Bear River because that's how they're going to stay in this game.
Vasquez has his pocket picked, and that's Huntsberry getting one of the many baskets he'll get. They need to get back down the court and get an inbounds. They do, and now it'll be up to Vasquez to bring it down.
One thing about Vasquez, with only being a sophomore and being on the varsity team, you're going to have a lot of years to see him get even better than he already is. He's already a great player.
You're going to have to wait because they're taking him off the floor. Nathaniel Welsh, the junior, takes his place, number 1. Inbounding the ball, Smith. Bradley Smith, also very promising sophomore for the Bear River Bruins. Jeff Bickmore bringing him along and starting him. If you take a look at Smith in the corner over there, he, besides having a great shock of red hair, he's got those long, muscular arms. He's going to be a fine basketball player as he matures. 6-3, Placer leads. Middle of the first quarter. Placer getting most of their points with a press that they have put on, and now finally Bear River breaks it. They're going to get a free shot, a 3-ball on the way, no good. Crippo gets no part of that basket, and here comes Placer. Huntsberry from the corner, no good, and no rebound. Here's Bear River. There's a scrum for it. And they're going to say it's going to be Placer ball. Good hustle by Bradley Smith, but falls out of bounds, goes on the sideline, so it'll go to the green man. Guy back across court. Ryan Welsh. Welsh looking inside. Bear River staying with the zone defense. Huntsberry now to the side. Long ball, 3 on the way, no good, and it looks like it'll go off Bear River. They're going to leave it with the Hillmen. Hillmen will get a new shot clock.
Rylan Walsh finally taking a shot from downtown. He was ice cold during the championship, so it's nice to see him still going after that because he was having a real tough night.
Placer being very, very patient with their offense. They're working the ball in, and that'll be a turnover. Bear River will take over. Kunde looking for someone to inbound the ball to. off of the legs of Nathaniel Welch, and it'll go back the other direction. That was a good opportunity missed.
Bear River having a hard time with this full court press that Placer is putting up. They're making a lot of mistakes where they could have gotten some points off of this.
Huntsberry will drive the offense from the top of the key. And there's a quick turnover. Bear River going to try it down. And it'll be a travel again. Sloppy game so far. Neither team can get their sea legs under them here in this first quarter.
Yeah, surprising to see this many turnovers already in the first quarter. Especially on Placer, they're usually much more efficient with the ball.
Huntsberry is going to try and work his way inside. He's very strong and can jump. Again inside, he could have gotten a foul on that, but just takes the two. Here comes Smith. Smith wants to drive the ball. Good behind the back. Inside, up, and stripped. It'll stay with Bear River. It should have been a foul, though. Surprised he didn't get the call. That was Garrett Pratt.
A lot of contact in the key, but they didn't want to call it on that one, so it's just going to get an inbound on this.
Yeah, another pocket picking by Huntsberry. Kai has got such fast hands. 10-3 now, Placer leads. Bear River hasn't gotten a decent shot up in the last 4 or 5 possessions. There's a good one. 3 ball on its way, no good. And here comes Huntsberry. Looking inside quick in the inside basket.
Ryland Walsh on that quick basket.
Nathaniel Welsh, the junior guard's had a couple of problems. They're going to take him off the floor. He really hasn't gotten situated in the first quarter. In the game now, that's number 22, I believe. Yes, 22. That's Stephen Taylor comes in for Bear River. Cross-court pass. Driving down the lane now. Nicely done. Good body control and in Ryan Welsh.
Great underhand layup on that. Good form.
Gunday gets his own pass back. Here's Smith. He'll try the 3 ball up and good. Second bounce as good as the first one. Bear River will take the 3 ball. 14-6 now is the game score. And inside, Noah Richardson tries his underhanded flip shot. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Noah Richardson, excellent ball player, stronger and plays taller than he is. They're showing him as a 6'3" senior, but plays real big on the post.
Yeah, he's great down there in the key. He's very fluid with his motions, and unfortunately misses the free throw on that, but he's great at just wiggling around down in there and somehow finding a shot under all these big guys.
Coach Lee is going to bring in a couple of new players. We'll try to bring you up to speed on that. In the game now, number 35, that's Baroni.
And strangely enough, Richardson misses both of his free throws.
Happens to the best of them. Minute 22 left here in the first quarter. Placer leading 14-6 here at Macquarie Gymnasium. Quick pass inbounds, no good. Another turnover for Bear River. Well, I'll tell you, Pat, tonight I think they're kind of letting them play. They're not calling them real tight. That's another foul that easily could have been a whistle, but they're just letting them run.
Playing real hard, and then I believe Bear River has more turnovers than points right now in this part of the game.
Brecken Vasquez comes back in the game. There's a good steal. Vasquez, and he'll be fouled out in front. Third team foul for Placer.
Coach Lee is really playing Bear River hard on the inexperience they have. They're a very young team, so they're putting a lot of pressure on Bear River to see if they can overcome this and get points the hard way. Right now, the plan is paying off for Coach Lee pretty well right now.
They've got to come to the basketball to inbounds here. He just gets into by the 5 seconds. Smith with a side shot, good. I like the looks of this sophomore, Bradley Smith.
He's got great vision. He sees the basket in his eyes, and it's dialed in for him. That's his 4th point for tonight out of the 8 for them.
Here's the long shot from top of the key and good. Big long ball for Owen Tucker. First of the night for him. Bear River will clear out, and they will let Vasquez break the press. Cross-court pass, good movement by Bear River. Down by 9. Quick inside, and that would have been good, but he'll get 2 from the line. The sophomore, Brecken Vasquez, doing a lot of the work here for the Bruins tonight, with 7 seconds left in the clock here in the first quarter.
Saw that a lot in the Kendall as well. Vasquez really carries this team, and he's their go-to guy. When he's on the court, you'll see him near the ball almost the whole time.
Well, he'll get one more shot, and there'll be one more possession before the quarter. Shot is up, bounces around, no good. Huntsberry clears. Huntsberry looks like he wants blood all the way to the basket and scores. Guy is fast. If he decides he's going, he's going. And that'll be the end of the first quarter here at Macquarie Gymnasium. Bear River Bruins 8, Placer Hillmen 19 as we'll go to break. This is exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin basketball right here on the NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back. Back on the floor here at Macquarie Gymnasium, Bear River, Placer Hillmen. Bear River down 19-8. There's the shot they're looking for tonight. No good off the side rim. And here comes Huntsberry.
Yet another turnover.
Huntsberry in with the layup, so 21-8 now. What does Huntsberry average, Pat? You know.
Huntsberry, in the tournament, he was averaging around 20 points a game and around 8 assists, and who knows how many steals. He does this all night long.
Yeah, that's a big part of his game. He works that press, and he works the ball handler for steals. That's the third one we've seen tonight.
Third steal, and that's 12 points in the first half so far for Huntsberry, and it's a young first half.
Bear River being pressured on the man-to-man. Smith looking for some room, and he gets it grabbed away by Noah Richardson.
Sent that pass downtown, but they could not complete to get 2 points on that.
That was a good shot inside, just didn't take his time to put it away. 25-8 now, and that's all that Jeff Bickmore wants to see. He's going to call a timeout.
Walsh with yet another finger roll, making it look pretty tonight.
You're watching the coverage of Bear River basketball. We'll be right back.
Hey, hon, remember the guys are coming over later to watch the game.
Make a play for winning trays from Portasubs. We have the perfect tray for every game and every fan. So use your app or order online today.
Make Portasubs your destination.
Back in the stadium here, Mark Lee, you can see him working his magic on the floor, talking to his team. Team doesn't need a lot of talking right now. I had 25-8 over the Bear River Bruins. Bruins, Pat, just haven't been able to generate any offense, mostly because they're having trouble bringing the ball down the court and just not getting into anything that even assembles to be an offense.
If they're even able to get it down the court without turning it over, they're turning it over down the court as well. They just can't seem to get the ball past any of these Placer Hillmen right now. They're everywhere.
Calder Kundi will bring it in now. This is Powell, Justin Powell. So this is where they need to have a go-to guy. They need to go inside. Smith needs to take that shot and make it. Long ball on the way, no good. It will be rallied up by Bear River, and it'll stay the white ball, Bear River. 6:08 here left in the second quarter. There's the three ball they desperately need, up and off the rim, no good. Still only 8 points for Bear River. Well, Huntsberry, he is tripped as he's going down the lane, and they're going to give him a couple. Huntsberry with 14 points tonight so far.
Huntsberry's doing his usual thing, and they've got no answer to that, and they also have no answer to this man-to-man defense Placer has put out.
They won't be giving Huntsberry. They're going to say he wasn't shooting, so they're just going to give the side out to Placer. Good zone defense by Bear River. There's a reach-in foul. Caden Alberg, senior, reaches in. It's his first foul tonight. Team fouls, 4 for Placer, 3 for Bear River so far tonight. Guy leading inside, he'll get underneath. They won't call the foul on him. Free ball on its way, and good. Owen Tucker gets his first shot tonight. I beg your pardon, that's the second free ball for Owen. Quick up and in, no good. Huntsberry missing the layup. Now he's going to try for the steal. Good pass inside, and they just can't make a basket.
Yeah, they finally get it into the paint, and they just cannot get any points out of it. Noah Richardson with his second basket of the night. Kundi wasn't ready for that pass there.
Nope. Huntsberry gathers it up, brings it to Noah, and there's another. Noah coming down the court to deflect the ball. This is getting ugly fast, and that's 34-8. And Coach Bickmore, he's seen enough of this.
Placer has Bear River so frustrated. Once they have the ball, they're rushing, trying to get the ball to the next player before it gets turned over, and then they're just turning it over in the wide open because they think they're being covered already.
And we're going to break. You're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River High School basketball right here on the NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
4 minutes and 24 seconds left here in the second quarter. Bear River bringing the ball down. Desperately looking for a basket. They haven't had a basket since early in the second quarter. Been a long drought, about a 4-minute drought here for Bear River.
Bear River just not able to get any of their plays to mold together and get some points. When they do get it down to the paint, it's an unfortunate miss. There's so much pressure that they're worried about. And then you've got players like Huntsbury. He counts for 3 players on the court just right there. The guy's unstoppable. You can't get around him.
Trying to get the ball in now inside the 5-second. They don't. Huntsbury.
Bear River able to save their own possession on that one.
Cross court. This is some good movement now by Bear River. Off the rim. Good look, though, by Garrett Pratt. On the other end of the floor, quick transition, and give one to Burchell. 36-8 now, Placer leads. There's a good shot inside, and in and out. Unfortunately, the basket seems to have a membrane across it for Bear River. They just can't get those to go down.
It looks as though someone put saran wrap on the rim for the home team tonight because it just bounces and goes back to
That's
Placer.
about the third one we've seen go in and out tonight.
Yeah, they're finally getting their plays to work. They're able to get the ball moving around and not turn it over, and they get their shot off and then nothing.
Another quick inside basket. Everybody seems to be working in sync with the Placer Hillmen. Almost an entirely new team on the floor. Logan Luck, Leighton Burchell on the floor for the Hillmen. On defense here, that's number 22. He'll get a foul. 22 is Lucas Yamsen. We remember Lucas from the football. He was excellent defensive back. At the line now, Garrett Pratt. Garrett gets one. That's a push out of bounds. Looks like Pratt's going to get called.
I wasn't sure if they're going to call it a foul with how easy they've been playing tonight.
Pratt's going to come off the floor. In for Bear River will be Sharansky. They've got to soar that up. The inside low post has just been wide open. That's about the third basket they've given up under there.
Yeah, Placer's just camping under the basket tonight, getting easy 2-pointers, and Bear River hasn't been able to stop anything. They've tried several types of defense, and nothing seems to be slowing them down.
There's something to yell about. That's Clay Carippo getting one under the basket. Second string on the floor now for Placer. Inbounding the ball, Dylan Bridges.
Clay Caripio and Bradley Smith are the only 2 players on Bear River with points tonight. Skoronsky with a big hack. That's going to bring Burchell to the line, see if he can get 2 points out of this. Not that they really need any points with it being 42-11 right now.
First one off the front rim, no good. Second one on the way. In and out, no good. It'll be Bear River, and it's going to be a jump ball. Good hustle in there by Sharansky. Noah.
Yeah, the Placer bench players are evenly matched with the starters for Bear River. It's kind of made it a more interesting game.
Minute 40 left here in the second quarter. Bear River getting a chance here to maybe make up a little bit of room here. Inside, up, and no good. Batted away, back to Placer. Placer will set it up, going inside post. Inside on the baseline is Ian Howes, and Ian will get two. 42-11. Placer leads. Just over a minute left in this second quarter. Quick drive in the basket, and that will draw a foul. To a round of applause. Now it's Krieger. Josiah Krieger, the junior, will go to the line. And he gives the crowd something to applaud here. Krieger up, and he gets a couple from the line. In the ball game now, Peyton Harbor, number 25 for Placer. Carippo looking inside, and he's gonna travel, drag that back foot. Thought he was gonna get away with that one.
It's a third travel on Bear River tonight.
Bear River in a press now, but it results in a great block inside, and it hit the top rim. It's going to be Bear River ball. Anytime it hits that structure behind the basket, it's going to go the other direction, and that's going to benefit Bear River this time with 40 seconds left on the clock. Second quarter action here at Corey Gymnasium. Carippo, three ball on the way, and good! 16-42, Bear River getting one of very few baskets here in the second quarter.
It's the Carippo show. He's got 8 points tonight already, and that's half of the team's points just there.
And there it is, a quick foul inside. I don't know, it will only be 7 team fouls, so they will go to the line for a one-on-one.
Yeah, Bear River's in the bonus, so they get one-and-ones till the half in 18 seconds.
I want to thank Pat Austin for being with us tonight. Second one on its way here. Kundi can add 1 point before the half, and does. Nine seconds. That's the shot they need right there to go down, up and off the back rim. And that'll be the half. Well, the Corey Gymnasium isn't exactly rocking with a score of 42-18. Placer leading. Good basketball game, though, going on here, and we will be back for the second half action here. Paul Brown, Pat Austin, Gil Dominguez. We'll see you after half. You're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River basketball right here on TouchdownProductions.com.
Welcome to SPD.
Welcome to SPD.
Whether you shop in Nevada City or Grass Valley, only SPD markets have served your family for 59 years.
Here's what's for dinner.
The butchers offer you boneless chuck roast, country-style ribs, sirloin tip roast, and whole-body chickens. Of course, they have the freshest produce in town and real savings down every aisle. So shop local at SPD Markets.
Pratt with nowhere to go, tries to take it down the line, passes it outside, turned over, blocking him out in the corner.
Carippo grabbed the ball, though, and tore it away, and they're going to give him a foul on that.
And Placer gets the call on that. They're going to throw the ball in. Perlow waiting to pass the ball in to Huntsbury. Huntsbury going down the court, passes it off, and Richardson off the glass gets 2 points. Bear River passes it back in, see if they can answer back. Taking their time down the court, trying to see who they can pass it to without rushing their shots.
There's a good basket. Good touch, catch, and go, but this is where the Bear River Bruins need to get back on defense. They're just getting beat down the court with 2 passes and no dribbles.
Yeah, Placer isn't even having to set up plays. They pass it in, run it down the court, get their points, and then they're set up for defense already. Very hard to win against a team that's able to do that all night, and that's why Placer has 63 points midway through the third quarter.
Good pass inside and an even better finish. That is Hallsberg. Ripple will bring it down after the turnover and loses the ball at half court.
Huntsbury making it look pretty, just puts it in the net and walks away. That's 18 points for Huntsbury so far, and there's still 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
There'll be a timeout on the floor. Jeff Bickmore decides to take a breather, and we're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruin basketball right here on the NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back. New team in for Placer. Mark Lee likes to work in platoons. On the floor, number 32, that's Bridges. Locke is on the floor, Logan Locke.
Yeah, Coach Lee starting to go deep into the bench. Shouldn't be too much longer till Michael Stuck makes an appearance.
Lucas Yasmin on the floor.
Calling a non-shot penalty on that last play, so Placer will pass it in from under the basket. And another penalty.
That was kind of odd. He caught the ball under the basket so far, he really had no place to go. It bailed out by a foul.
Yeah, if he would have taken the shot, he would have just hit it off the bottom of the backboard and would have been Bear River ball.
Inbounding, that's Baroni. Quick back inside, good spin move. Yazim. And good defense that time by the Bruins.
Yeah, Bear River finally gets a rebound under the basket. They've been getting blocked out for most of the game.
Great pass inside to an unsuspecting Justin Powell, who found one, put it in. 28-65 now is the score. Bruins trail. A lot of cell phones out here, the crowd. Everybody's checking their messages, and this game has pretty much been in the books. since about the midway through the first quarter. Placer Hillmen was such a deep and strong team. Although there are some signs of future Bear River greatness. I see a couple of sophomores here on this team in Bradley Smith and Brecken Vasquez. I know that Coach Bickmore will bring them along slowly, but they will be excellent as the years go by.
Yeah, Bruins a very young team. They only have 3 seniors on their roster, so there's a lot of learning for them to do, and this will go great for them later in the season. They still have to go back to Placer and play this team again, so let's see what they can learn off of this game. And getting beat this bad, there's a lot to learn.
Good shot inside that's blocked. And another good defensive sequence for the Bruins. This is Alberg. Alberg to Rinker. Quick basket inside and good pass. Nathaniel Welsh. Patiently, Placer works the ball.
Two errant passes that went Placer's way. They got lucky not turning those over, and they get points by Burchell in the paint.
Leighton Burchell in the right place at the right time. Good cut and good pass. Three ball on the way, just off the side rim, and the men in green will gather it up. Here come the Hillmen with less than a minute left in the third quarter. Back in the ball game, Bradley Smith. How many points does Smith have tonight, Steve?
Bradley Smith, he's got 6 points right now. He's staying quiet, but he's doing a lot on defense. Even though there's 67 points up there, he's done a lot just boxing people out. Could have been a lot worse if he wasn't down there.
Good inside pass that time, and good defense by Smith. Let's see if Bear River can start their offense. Inside and a strong move inside by Rinker. Josh not able to finish at the rim.
Seems as though Placer is ready for Welch to keep passing it to the right on the outside.
Here's a long shot at the buzzer, and that's the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Placer Hillmen 67, Bear River Bruins 30. You're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River Bruins basketball right here on the NorCal Game of the Week. Come on back for the fourth quarter.
Thank you, Doug. Saving the whole rodeo.
Back here at McCrory Gymnasium, 3 in the books, 1 to go. Placer Hillmen dominating the Bear River Bruins here on their home floor. Good passing. Second and third team now in for Placer, and there's a two-pointer going in for Josiah Krieger.
Yeah, great fake sitting out there and got the chance to line back up and get some easy points right there. That was pretty.
Coach Mark Lee's a man of class in my book. He is going to let his second and third group play here in this lopsided game.
Have star quarterback Michael Stuck playing down in the post. getting some minutes in tonight.
Stuck, the two-time PVL champion quarterback. He is something to watch. We'll get a shot at number 33, Gill, as he handles the ball now. Stuck started as a sophomore, took him to a championship, and did it again last year as a junior. (32-69) is the score. Bear River trailing. Hallberg gets the ball, gathers it up, takes it down for a runner. No good. Almost slapped in the basket by Kunde, but ends up in the hands of the Hillmen.
Placer right now just kind of passing it around, trying to knock time off of this clock. With only 32 points, Bear River isn't really giving up. They're still playing a lot of heart in this game. It's hard to keep your mind in it when you're down by this many points. But they're still really trying. Harbor giving Kunde a bit of trouble in there, boxing him out, unable to pass it, turns it over. Placer brings the ball back down the court now. Have Locke passing it off to Stuck.
Quick pass inside is picked off. Here's Smith. Let's see if Smith's got to move the basket with the left hand. He goes in, and he'll get a couple from the line. Smith looks like a basketball player, and clearly will be a starter for 3 years as we watch the Bear River Bruins. First one's up and good.
Yeah, Smith and Vasquez, they're going to make a great duo for years to come, and you'll just see them start to gel more and more, and they'll be a force to be reckoned with in a couple years.
Got a nice looking free throw shot.
Bear River gets a turnover and then turns it back over. It's been a night of turnovers tonight, Paul.
While inside there, it's going to result in a side out. Only 4 team fouls on both teams. That'll be the 5th now on Bear River. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in this ball game. Quick inside off the back rim, and Bear River will take over.
Connor Baroni unable to get that one to sink in. He's kind of been all over the place since he got put in on the court by Coach Lee.
Working hard is Smith, and Smith will manage to save the ball, but unable to score, the Bear River team.
Bear River strips that one away.
That's Josh Rinker.
Taking their time, trying to get their play set up down the court.
Carippo inside, unable to make it happen, and it'll be out of bounds off of Bear River.
Shockingly enough, number 35, Connor Baroni's only listed at 6'5". Out there, he looks about 7'2" around the other guys.
Little hands inside there by Carippo. Placer got off to a fast start. Bear River only able to score 6 points or thereabouts in the first quarter, as we see inside number 35, Connor Baroni, go to the line for a couple. Never really a question about who was the better team on the floors. The Hillmen come inside and do it both with defense and with offense.
With how much more experience Placer has, how many more guys, and the talent, it was only a question of what the score was going to be for Placer's win tonight, unfortunately. But Bear River got to learn quite a bit from this team, and I think the score is going to be a lot closer the next time they see each other in late January.
Free ball on its way, no good. Cripple gathers it up. Kicks it back out.
Gets that one to sink. Going to the line, try to make this 3 points for Nathaniel Welch.
Welch. 3 points tonight, I believe.
That's right, Paul.
Now we're under 4 minutes here. Good movement on the basketball and then just thrown out of bounds by Harbor. Had the right idea, just nobody there.
At the end of this game, one thing that Placer has to look at that they did very well was they passed the ball around. They got points to a lot of their players. Huntsbury, of course, shined, but Walsh was in on 10 points tonight. Burchell, Richardson, Caripio on the last points on that one.
Good play and good body control by Carippo.
Smith almost got a turnover with his face on that last play, but Placer gets 2 points, and River comes back down the court to answer back. Smith with the ball, attempts to push into the paint, passes it back out. Nathaniel Welch gets rejected. Bear River's going to take that ball back, see if they can get some points. They reset the shot clock, so they get a fresh play here. That goes out of bounds yet again. So Calder Kundi is going to get the ball again. Actually, they're going to swap out. Clay Carippo is going to pass the ball in.
Carippo looking outside, looking inside, can't find anything there. Finally finds Smith. Smith with the fall away, no good. He'll get another look. Smith with the left hand, off the basket, no good. Smith again, inside, finally gets one to roll.
What a play by Smith. He got those points against the whole Placer lineup.
He's got some talent, this sophomore, I'll tell you.
He's out there playing his heart out.
And there's something for everybody to cheer about. Well, behind the back pass.
Welch
gets one to drop and one. That is Welsh. Now that was a good one. Let's look at the replay on that. That's the first one tonight that we're going to see a replay. Steals the ball behind the back. High off the backboard, goes down, and now he'll get an extra shot. No good from the line. Two's across. And it'll be a foul. That's the 7th team foul now on Bear River. And Bear River will now watch the men in green shoot one-on-one.
Bear River showed a little life there. Their plays were starting to work for them. They were really playing the ball hard. Bradley Smith, he's been all over the place this half. He doesn't want to give up. Then Harbor sinks his first of 2 free throw shots.
Up, no good, and finally grabbed. Good rebound coming down Sharansky. Kunde, a little out of control, puts one up off the back rim. And finally, Kunde is going to be called for a foul.
A little too much contact on that last one. Actually, they called him out of bounds, so now Bear River gets the ball back.
Way too many people on the floor now. Finally, Crippo comes off. And mercifully, we're down under 2 minutes.
Welch with nowhere to go, passes it back out to the outside. Krieger with some acrobatics, doesn't pay off, turns the ball over. Placer's taking it back down to court. Stuck passes it to Howes, bounces off a Bear River hand, and Placer will be putting the ball back in the court shortly here. Howes passes it in, quick 2 points by LaChao.
Minute 29 seconds left here at Macquarie Gymnasium. Hope you've enjoyed this game. Boys from Bear River have struggled from the beginning, but there's a 3 ball coming out of Josh Rinker. Josh has got to learn to call those bank shots from the 3 land.
One positive way to look at the blowout games is the guys that usually don't get minutes get a chance to go in and play like it's a fresh game.
So true, Pat, so true. And the last minute here, we see the second and third team of Placer going inside. Number 35, Gunnar Baroni, the junior, 6'5" junior. We'll see him a lot, I believe, as this year progresses. He shows some real signs of talent.
Yeah, they've got some big shoes to fill when Huntsbury graduates this year, so Baroni's really going to need to get a lot more time in as the season continues.
"18 seconds left in the clock, and they'll just let it melt away here as the final score, 78 for Placer, 44 for the men in white, the Bear River Bruins here on their home floor. That's it. From the beginning, like we said, never much of a contest. Bear River will, at half court here, shake hands with the Placer Hillmen, who in our estimation are well on their way to another PVL championship. Do you have any final numbers for us, Pat?
Huntsbury had a big game as usual. He had 18 points and he only basically played one half. Noah Richardson, he had 12 points. He went 1 for 3 on the free throw line. Rylan Walsh, he had 10 points. He really came around. He had a really cold finish to the tournament with at the Kendall Arnett, so it was nice to see him come back around. The Bruins, they've got a lot of work to do, but they've got a lot of heart. They sunk a lot of three-pointers. Carippo had a great game. Powell came in, played a great game. Welch looked really good.
Thank you, Pat. So that's it here from Macquarie Gymnasium. Your final score, Bear River being defeated by the Placer Hillmen. This has been TouchdownProductions.com and your NorCal Game of the Week. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Paul Brown, Pat Austin, and the forever Gilbert M. Dominguez, thanks for joining us tonight.